more, and we want you to watch SuperTalk Mississippi on your computer or mobile device. You can even watch it on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV devices or even YouTube. But you can now watch SuperTalk TV 2 live on C Spire TV. That is channel 70. If you take it over to supertalktv.com, you'll see I am not alone in the Good Things Studios this afternoon. I have with me one of my friends, Miss Lovely Lily, and her mother, Kristin Lape, and they're here doing some really good things with the Lily Pad Cafe, which started several years ago as an idea between family friends, should I say, and now it's becoming a reality. Okay, Miss Lily, you got to get out of school to be with us here today. How cool is that?
What?
Did your mom pick you up early?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that cool?
Yes.
How do you like the cafe?
Why about the cafe?
You like the cafe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. Okay, Mom, this is really cool. I think we've been following the Lily Pad Cafe here on SuperTalk for, since you and your husband and your partners had the idea. So how many years are we going now?
Gosh, I guess we are going on, let's see, about 5+ years.
Wow. Yeah.
COVID adds a few extra years in there. So I would say about I guess it's closer to 6 or 7 years.
And y'all are getting closer and closer to actually seeing it open its doors and serve not only the community in which you will be employing, but also serve the community as a cafe. Okay, there are some listening to Good Things, Kristin, who's like, Lily Pad Cafe, we may not have heard about that before. So let's go back and give the first pitch. Tell us a little bit of the background of how this cafe got started, or the idea of it, should I say.
So the idea was started, we put on an annual fundraiser every year. It's been renamed Leap for the Lily Pad, but it was a fundraiser for local nonprofits. And over the years, our daughter Lily is 9, and over the years we began wondering what life was going to be like for her after high school, after she graduated, and what the opportunities were. So as we began research and talking to other parents, we saw that there was some more need for opportunities for individuals with intellectual disabilities. The opportunity to work, or the opportunity to have a job, or be responsible adults and have a purpose in the community. So we began the research on what we could do and how to transition our fundraiser to a new project. That's where the Lily Pad Cafe came into play. We wanted not only to open, there's a lot of coffee shops and places around the country. We wanted to, do a little bit more. So food service, we thought, was a great opportunity to give individuals, opportunity to train. But it's the restaurant industry. You can learn at one restaurant and take it over to another restaurant. And there's a lot of processes in the restaurant business, as far from serving, from taking orders, from prep work, that is repetition, and it is a type of jobs that these individuals will thrive in. So that's where this idea came along, and so we began transitioning our fundraising to open up the restaurant, which will function as a nonprofit and serve as a workforce development training opportunity. And our goal is to partner with restaurants and transition our employees to their businesses.
Yes.
So our goal is
to be a revolving door.
to be a revolving door, but we don't want to be the only location they are. We want them to go into their communities and work, with businesses there and show their skills and, how beneficial they are to the community.
So I love your and Brent's story, Kristin. One, because I know you guys as friends, and I say this all the time here on Good Things, is you can do it, because someone's listening and thinking, oh, they must have funds, or they must have background experience in owning restaurants and all that. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, but you guys were just two concerned parents who recognized a gap in your child's potential future, after graduating, and decided, what can we do, and put one foot in front of the other. And, when you started walking it out, God did some cool things with the building, and then all the different to get us to this almost point, right? This last kind of push. And to me, that's extraordinary, because it's not anything you saw yourself doing 10 years ago, right?
No, this is not where I saw myself after college of opening a restaurant. Definitely not owning my own business or running a business. So this is, outside of my comfort zone, which, they say God, doesn't put you where you're not needed, and it's going to be uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, then, something's not, you're not doing something right. But it's been a community-involved project. We do not have the background of owning and running restaurants, but we have so many restaurant partners that we've built relationships with over the years through our fundraiser that have been behind us, guiding us, and making sure we're taking the necessary steps to prepare to open and how, we need to set things up. So it's been, very great to see the community involvement behind the scenes that none of y'all see, but that we, get to see and work with behind the scenes.
Lily, you work behind the scenes. Have you been painting the cafe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you helped sweep up around the construction site?
Yes.
Did you help make the menu?
Yeah.
What do you want to be able to eat at the cafe?
What do you want to eat at the Lily Pad? What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat?
Sandwiches, salads, wraps, dessert.
What?
Huh?
What's that?
Dessert cake.
What do you want to eat at the Lily Pad? What do you want to eat? What's your favorite?
What's that?
Oh, that's Mr. Rhino behind us.
What's your favorite thing to eat, Lily?
I just spaghetti.
Spaghetti? What else do you like to eat? What's your favorite?
She says she likes it all. But I do know y'all have worked even closely with local chefs and all the things. So who will be the chef creating the menu for the Lily Pad?
So we have Kevin Roberts with Fish Chef Catering, who's been helping advise us on just, ideas. And we recently had a test kitchen with U.S. Foods, who, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of eating, trying to figure out different, options and kind of narrow down the possibilities for our menu, and figuring out the best items to have that will be able to, help our workers understand the process and, working in food prep, but also help them, move to the next place.
How many do you hope to employ at the Lily Pad Cafe, Kristin?
Well,
Or when you open?
That's a great question. We are opening as a table service, so our goal is to provide the opportunity for those that are able to interact with the public and take orders, and that allows us to hopefully employ more. But I think at a time we could easily be training and employing over 20.
That's incredible.
To 30 individuals, and it depends as well as when we're open, but also their schedules. There's still hurdles we'll have to jump. They will possibly be limited to how many hours they can work in a day, even a week, as far as well as their income. So that's a lot of things we'll have to juggle and figure out and make sure we have enough.
I know this is new to Mississippi. I feel like the Lily Pad, or the style that you're trying to do, but it can't be new across. Are y'all sort of, mirroring any other businesses that may be cafes in other cities or other states? We
are. There is one very similar that we are mirroring, and we have been working, in a sense, shadowing. Hugs Cafe in McKinney, Texas, has a restaurant there in downtown McKinney. They've been open, I believe, for over 5 or 6 years. We first reached out to them when this was an idea, and they said, come back when you're closer to opening. We'll, help you as we can. So we went back last year, and a couple of us kind of shadowed for a couple of days and even worked in the kitchen with the individuals they employ. The young lady that's one of their kitchen managers has Down syndrome, and she was telling me, as the orders were coming through, she was making sure I was making the sandwiches correctly and calling out specials. And it was just neat to see it, in the moment, and see it, actually open someone, doing this.
And we're getting closer to having the Lily Pad Cafe open right here in Mississippi, centrally located. All right, Lily, tell them to stick with us. Say, come back.
Tell them to come back.
Why you get back?
Right. There we go. We'll be right back here on Good Things. .com. You'll see my friend, Miss Lily. Say, hey, Lily.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, and her mom, Kristin Lape, and they are part of the team that is bringing the Lily Pad Cafe. I know you and your husband, Brent, are a big piece of it. It's kind of started your idea, but it's taken so many people to jump in on this opportunity to create something really innovative, right, and necessary and needed here in Mississippi. So who's the other family that's connected with you guys to make this possible?
The Elliots and Brandon, Dina and Kelly, they have been a big part behind us and helping us get everything up and started and organized. And they also have a son, Hayden, who has Down syndrome as well. So he and Lily were classmates in school for several years, and that's how we came to know them. They were classmates at the Little Lighthouse, Central Mississippi, and that's how our relationship started. And they've been a great asset and a great part of what we're doing.
I talked about Kristin bridging the gap for Lily and other adults because you're 9 now, Lily, but you'll grow into an adult before you. In the blink of your mother and dad's eye, it'll happen. It goes by so fast. But how many could you potentially serve, or opportunities like this? I mean, where there is such a big gap. So how many out there could use employment?
It's a large percent. So we will be serving those with intellectual and developmental disabilities, but just general, the statistic for 2019, I believe. So this was pre-COVID, pre-pandemic. The Department of Labor reported 80.7% of people with disabilities unemployed. So that's not even narrowed into intellectual or developmental disabilities, but there's a large gap even prior to us having a building to renovate, and we were spreading the word of what we were doing. All of the local school districts were reaching out to me about being part of their transition programs, because part of the schools, they help prepare our children with life skills before they graduate. So they were already reaching out to me as being a possible option to bring their students in. And that's not off the table, but that may be, after we get our feet on the ground and right after we're open. So that's, so there's the individuals in the school systems, and then you have those that have already graduated out, not in the school system. So there's just so many. So the hardest
part for you guys will be narrowing it down to the 20, right? Because you're going to have more applicants than you're going to have, which I think right now when we were talking about just during the break, when you think about the workforce and how hard it is to find employees right now, I mean, we're overlooking a great workforce.
Right.
I mean, maybe it takes a little bit extra time to train, but then once you do and you find the right fit, you're going to have a loyal employee for life. And
that's the thing is we know that employees, especially in the restaurant industry, are struggling to find employees, so they may not have someone designated to provide that extra help, to provide that extra training. So we, in a sense, are hoping to build a partnership with the restaurants where we're providing the foundation, the training that they need, and we can just help transition, for employment opportunities that they have available. We can say we have, John, Sarah, and, Evan have these capabilities. Where can they fit in, to your staff, and how can you work with them and figure out a way just to partner with other businesses to give them the opportunity to work and, feel a purpose.
Super exciting. Okay, so when do the doors open? Isn't that what everybody's asking? If you had $1 for every time you were asked when the Lily Cafe opened, you wouldn't need
fundraising. And I'll tell you, we would have the funds needed if I had money every time that was asked. It just keeps getting adjusted just by the supply chain workers. We are having businesses work with us on the jobs to help us, be cost effective on things we do. We're hoping for late summer, possibly fall. There's a lot of things that have to fall into place for that
Still
to
coming
happen.
quick.
So it is. We began renovations in September of last year. And so we're not doing too terrible. We've had a lot done to the building, but there's still, a lot of details that need to be finished.
So if someone's listening to Good Things Today and they're like, man, this is something I could get behind, the Lily Pad Cafe. It's needed. How do because not just because you're here in Central Mississippi doesn't mean you might not help employ or train those individuals from all over that then will go back into their communities to sort of work. So where are the areas people can get plugged in, or how can we help?
You can go to our website for more information at thelilypadms.com. We are also, I said, we do an annual fundraiser that is coming up next weekend on April 9th. Mm-hmm. That's the Leap for the Lily Pad, so you can go to that website as well, leapforthelilypad.com. And
tell us a little bit about that event.
We're excited to be back in person. This is our 10th year to put on the event, and we are going to be in Ridgeland, located on the green space in front of Methodist Rehab Center. And the awesome thing about this year is the route for the 5K will go past the future home of the Lily Pad, so people can see, what they're running for and where they're going, and you don't have to run. We have options for people to get, a 0.0 is our, you don't have to do the race, but you get the T-shirt and you get the opportunity to enjoy the food provided at our event. We will also have music provided by former American Idol contestant Hannah Everhart.
Cool.
She will be our entertainment for the day, and we'll have kids' activities, jump zones, face painting, some special characters visiting, and just different activities for it to be a family enjoyable event. And we will also have a sensory tent as well, because we are catering to individuals that may have sensory disorders or maybe on the autism spectrum, and we will have a sensory area for them to relax and calm down if it does get too busy. And
Miss Lily, are you going to run?
Yeah.
Yeah? Grab that, pull it towards you. There you go. Are you going to run in the fun run?
Yeah.
Can you run fast?
Yes.
Can you run faster than your brother?
Yeah.
Can you run faster than your dad?
Yeah.
Can you run faster than your mom?
Yeah.
Can you run faster than Mr. Rhino?
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you about me. See where we're going. So you're going to win. What do you look forward to at the event every year?
Lily, what you gonna do?
Are you get your face painted?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to eat some good food?
Yeah.
Are you going to spend your daddy's money at the silent auction?
Well,
Yes.
that's one thing we did. We won't have this year, just because we're slowly bringing things back. We will not have a silent auction this year, but we will have all the other activities and fun that everyone's used to. That's been to our events. It'll be the same. It might be on a little smaller scale, but we're getting back and just excited to be back in person.
Which I know, Lily, I am reading where you've made a new friend with Mr. Rhino. So our friends are watching over at SuperTalk TV, and they see that you and Mr. Rhino are having y'all's own conversation here on Good Things that me and Miss Kristin knew nothing about. Is he your new friend?
Yes.
Yeah? How excited are you about the cafe and everything going on, Lily?
Are you really excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite activity?
I did it.
What?
I hear you like gymnastics.
Do you like music?
She likes Mr. Rhino.
What are you playing?
You know, Lily, he's single. Your dad is going to kill me.
Lily, where are you going to go play tonight? What do you play tonight? What do you go play tonight?
Softball?
No. What do you go play?
Oh,
what
soccer.
are you playing?
Is it soccer?
Are you going to play soccer tonight?
Yeah.
That's Mr. Rhino's favorite. That is Mr. Rondo's favorite. Not lying about that at all. Okay, Kristin, where do we go to get all the information?
You can get all the information at our website, thelilypadms.com, and for our event information is there as well, but you can go to leapforthelilypad.com for that as well.
And the next time we have Miss Lily back in, that means the cafe will be open and ready for business. Can you tell them bye-bye, Lily?
Yes.
Yep.
Bye.
Say bye, but you guys stick with us. We got a little bit more good things coming up next.